already read this thing? Yes, you have. Just do it anyway. Fine. In this game, you choose one character at a time and complete his or her story from start to finish. Each character visits different places and meets different people. And only by finishing all 3 stories will you uncover this tale's deeper truths. Can I go now? Yes, just... little jerk. And now you know when my sanity is cracked when I am knowingly talking to myself. Professional commentary at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Swine4 here, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. As last time, we completed Aqua's story by heading to the great Keyblade Graveyard, home to thousands of Keyblades and their graves. It's actually very straightforward now that I think about it. We head over there to proceedingly end the story, and that's probably the best I can say without spoiling the content. So if you haven't seen the final episode of Aqua's story already, go check it out in the description playlist down below. And with that said, today we move on to Ventus' story. Now that we've gotten some pieces, thanks to the exposition of Aqua, even though doesn't have too much for it, now we can go into Ventus' story with a few extra questions, like what causes Ventus to fall asleep? How is he part of this Keyblade, or X-Blade as I call it, because again, they sound the exact same thing, but they spell with an X. You know, what happens to... Actually, I think that's about it. Let's say what happens to Terra, but we don't learn about that until we take on his story. So yeah, you guys ready to answer some questions? I know I sure am. Oh yeah, that's right. And find out the main reason for why Ventus really needed to leave home. Because as we saw in Aqua's story, he was very nervous and I believe he had to do things. But yeah, we have no reason to know why. But now, looks like we're gonna find out. So that being said, before we head in here as well, I'm gonna mention this. While it won't happen very often, you may experience some very similar cutscenes to that of Aqua's story and Terra's story. Specifically, you'll experience the same beginning and end cutscenes, maybe with a few minor tweaks. So if you feel like you've seen this before, the most likelihood thing is that you have, and thus, not much else to say. But anyway, an outgoing and inquisitive boy who holds his Keyblade backhand, quick attacks are his forte. Personally not my favorite, but he does alright on his own. And so, we begin the journey of the boy that looks strangely like Roxas. Ooh, how many parallels can I make, I wonder? Yeah, besides the obvious ones. Xehanort.
Today you will be examined for the Mark of Mastery. Not one, but 2 of the Keyblades chosen stand here as candidates. But this is neither a competition nor a battle for supremacy. Not a test of wills, but a test of heart. Both of you may prevail, or neither. But I am sure our guest, Master Xehanort, did not travel all this way to see our youngest prospects in years fall short of the mark.
Oh, I beg to differ!
I trust you are ready.
Yes.
Then let the examination begin.
Well, of course, as we all remember, the orbs are possessed by the darkness. Strange as it seems.
Don't worry about me. You two focus on the exam.
But Ven...
You're in danger here. Go wait in your room.
No way! I've been looking forward to this. Seeing you two become masters. I'm not gonna miss it now.
He can take care of himself. He's been out there training just as hard as us.
Yeah!
Stay sharp, Van.
And now it's battle time! But this time we control Ventus! Destroy the orbs of light! And for you guys that need a bit of a refresher course on Ven, well, the intro basically tells it. His attacks are quick, however, like I mentioned, he's not... Did those things implode into each other and explode? I've never known that could happen! Consider me surprised. Anyway, so yeah, Ventus is quick. However, to make up for that, he's not very powerful in terms of strength. He does alright, but he's not the best guy when it comes to combat. Now that's where Terra excels. Of course, his things are reversed. That being said, when it comes to Ventus, I always try and recommend relying on quick flurry of attacks with a high combo potential. You know, like say if he has it, Time Splicer, because then he can do the ability much quicker. And also, may I just say, doing Ventus' story, the beginning of his story, just moments after I've completed Aqua's story, feels kind of jarring in my opinion. I mean, that's what I do to myself, but what do you expect? Oh, speaking of which, for any of you guys that are curious, at the time I'm recording this, Aqua's story should just be uploaded, her first episode. So, tells you how far we've come. But yeah, and of course we get the same exact frickin' tutorials as earlier. The command styles, don't need to talk much about it. Although this time we got Fever Pitch, which is much more different to trigger than Firestorm or Spellweaver.
But one must keep a still heart even in the most trying of circumstances. It was an excellent test, one I chose to let unfold. Which brings us to your next trial. Now, Terra and Aqua, the two of you will face each other in combat. Remember, there are no winners, only truths. For when equal powers clash, their nature is revealed. Begin!
Thus, that's the moment when the idea struck his head.
We have deliberated and reached a decision. Terra, Aqua, you both performed commendably. However, only Aqua has shown the mark of mastery.
Wow, I've never noticed that little face on Terra before.
But there is
like in between the little sentence where it's like,
aww. That is all.
Wow.
Aqua,
the things you notice when you see cutscenes over and over again. It's like reading a book,
knowledge.
where you notice one different change in detail from one single word.
Hey.
Terra, I'm sorry.
The darkness. Where did it come from?
From you, clearly. You're the one who summoned it and then thus dispelled it. Speaking of which, I'm surprised Aqua didn't notice it, or didn't say anything about it.
Ventus?
He ain't gonna cut it. Somebody's gotta break that loser in.
Not here, you won't. I have to keep up appearances.
I know that. He just needs a little incentive to leave home.
Sorry. But I need some time alone.
And now here we get ourselves a unique cutscene. As promised. And of course, we see Ventus with his wooden keyblade. The one that frickin' Ventus snapped earlier. Little jerk.
Better hurry, Ventus.
What the?
Huh? Who are you?
How'd you get in my
You'll
room?
never see Terra again.
What? Get real. I can see Terra anytime I want.
like right now, he's leaving you behind. And by the time you catch up, he'll be a different person.
Look, whoever you are, you don't know the first thing about Terra. Me and him will always be a team. You trying to pick a fight or what?
Oh, grow up. Is that
Ooh,
what you call
burn.
friendship? You'll never know the truth unless you go out and look for it yourself. Come on, what could you possibly know when you're stuck here, looking at nothing but what's in your tiny world?
Terra!
So they really were like brothers.
Terra!
It's okay.
And of course, just to emphasize the lingering will again. But this time, we actually get to see him use his freaking transformation. Throws his keyblade in the air and summons his glider. Ready to go into liftoff!
Yeah.
This time we follow suit. Ventus style. And apparently this is the first time we've ever seen his glider armor. And yes, he knows how to do this! There's in midair, and it turns into a freaking hoverboard. Ooh. Now it was just too late. As he flies into the stratosphere. And thus we forge a D-Link with Aqua and Terra. And of course, you guys already know how D-Linking works. If you don't, go watch Aqua's story. Seriously. Or you can pause the video and listen to the things there. But we get our immediate D-Links, and we get ourselves Xehanort's letter. And of course, once again, we get the command board for the land departure, and our first official worlds begin. And also, I kind of like how they changed the angles for how things look this time around when it comes to Ventus' story. Because with Aqua's story, we see like, no, he must bring Ven back at all costs. But from Ven's side, like it makes him look like he's heroic. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like a weird shift that I kind of enjoy. But anyway, like I said before, each character starts in their own different worlds. Of course, we saw Aqua start hers in the Castle of Dreams, and we can start ours in the Dwarf Woodlands. And we can fly all over the universe. Here to where Destiny Islands would be, the universe where the other trilogy of worlds are, Neverland, but there's not much to think about. It's interesting how far you can explore despite places not being unlocked yet. But okay, no more dolling around. Let's actually be on our way. Or actually, before we even do that, is there anything new here? Ah yes, that's right. I think we have a new ability that we can equip right away. Yep, Slang Dash. Let's do that, why don't we? Get that leveled up right now. And immediately, we get ourselves a few different changes to our commands. You know, obviously, he has his basic starting commands, you know, Slang Dash, Arrow, Strike Rate, that sort of thing. He also has Dodge Roll, as opposed to Cartwheel from Aqua. And his Shala command is Flame Salvo. Launch fireballs at targets. It's literally the same thing as Bubble Blaster, but with fire. Once you max it out, you can just spam the thing and just obliterate enemies. But as of now, it's kind of lame. Also, it's kind of lame how you give Ben the, you don't give him a fire attack instead of a wind attack. This seems kind of out of place. I don't know. Especially compared to, Terra. But I digress. Anyway, there's not much else to talk about. I wonder, our command list... Is there a way we can check on the actual commands we've ever made? Doesn't look like it. Oh well. I guess the last thing we go into is finishers. Basically the same thing. You use the normal one, gets you here, give out a dozen money, you get yourselves Gold Rush. And I don't know how this one triggers. I think it's just from using the Firestorm command style. But of course, we also gotta change the thing, so what I'm gonna do... What's a good wind-based attack? Think. Let's see. Or actually, I don't even remember what his finish is. Maybe I should hold off on that? I don't know. I'm trying to think of Mystic Arts that sound pretty cool. Or just regular arts in general that sound pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Because I can. I mean, it has some context to you guys, but it has much meaning to me. Dread Knight Slash! I am a kid inside. I really am. But okay, now that's everything. We should be good. Obviously, nothing carries over from Aqua's story. I don't think even reports carry over. You never know, though. So now, no more delay. Let's head on over to our first world. That is the Dwarf Woodlands.